Okay, stream is up. Wait for some people to pop on and get my audio ready. Hopefully you can hear my audio well. Let's see. Looks like the audio is working. There's a bit of a delay here, so bear with me for a second if I don't see anything, because I do have a delay on my end. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing a Q&A, just chit-chatting with filmmakers about slow motion and specialty camera stuff. I do a lot of phantom work, high speed, 1,000 frames a second. You'll see I've got a little reel playing right below my video. That's a bunch of work that I've done. So a lot of it is food work. You'll see a whole bunch of food commercials and things like that. So feel free to ask any questions about that and let me know if the audio is doing well or if there's any kind of lags. Just drop a comment in there and I'll try to fix it. But it looks like the levels are going well. And I'll drop a chat here just to get it started. Ask me anything. And there we go. I'm going to start doing these more frequently. I might do them in the mornings for like coffee hour. Kind of depends. I'm going to poll some people and see what works best for everybody's schedules, or I can set a certain time and maybe do like, Fridays or midweeks or on the weekends. Kind of whatever works for everybody's everything. And yeah, there you go. Let me see if I can fix this audio. It sounds like it's only coming out on one side. Let's go. See if I can get it to come out left and right. I might have to fix that. How's that? Let's see, does that make it better? Nope, that just... Well, I'll have to fix that audio later. It looks like right now I've only got one channel in. Let's see. Question from Sarah Faith Photography. What up, Sarah? What were you doing with the bottle shots on the right? Okay, that was a Mountain Dew shoot, and I'll kind of scrub through it. So these are the BTS shots. This is slamming Mountain Dew into ice, but here's the final shot. It's for an ad I did. Get that out of the way. I do a lot of these social media ads and commercials, and this is like a pretty typical one where we're slamming a bottle down into like a mountain of ice for Mountain Dew, and we usually go through all the different flavor profiles. But basically the setup is, I'll kind of use my little pointer here so you can see, we have a platform that is right here made out of apple boxes, and we literally just mound up a whole bunch of ice, and then our talent slams the bottle down into the ice. And you can see there's some other things going on here on the side. Here's our dude over here. His name's Isaac. He is going to be spritzing water off of this sort of like, it's like a plexiglass shield. So it's going to spray water up here. And there's also some people over here. They're spraying water at the same time. So you kind of have water explosions here. You got water spritzing here, water spritzing here. Just makes it a little more dynamic than just ice. So there you can kind of see it. So there's the spritzy crazy stuff there. There's the ice exploding. And then when you watch it in the actual shot, it looks more epic because it is slow motion. And then, of course, the pack shot at the end. There's always some sort of photoshopped version of the product with graphics and whatnot. But that's a really fun one. That was a super simple one. There's a whole bunch of other stuff in the reel that's playing on the left below me, but this Mountain Dew one was really cool. Really simple, practical effect that you can do with a slow-mo camera and not a lot of crazy setups. There's no robot moves or anything. But it's pretty cool. Everybody loves slow motion. especially product shoots. Clients always want to shoot slow-mo. I'll play it again. Yeah, so that was a pretty fun one. And I'll have to break down some more ones. If you guys have any questions or anything or BTS you'd like to see, let me know, and I can break down specific projects. If you see anything on the left underneath me in the screen, there's a whole bunch of different commercials playing. I can talk about any of those specifically. Maybe I'll even break one down next time, walk through a whole entire project. But this was a cool one for, I saw some people just jump on a minute ago. When you slam the bottle down into the ice, there's other things going on that you might not notice. Like this dude here, Isaac, is spraying, water from a spritz bottle up here at the same time as you're slamming the bottle down. So that way you get this combination of things happening. So the camera's actually over here. And so that's how you're getting this angle. The spritz looks like it's coming up from behind. That way, when you slam it down, there's ice flying everywhere and there's spritz happening, and it kind of looks like, the slam down of the bottle is what's making the big water explode in the back, but it's actually little special effects dudes doing some stuff. And we also, you can see, there's water coming off the cap because we put water on top. There's water underneath the bottle because when you slam it down, then there's some more liquid popping up everywhere. A lot of stuff like that. A lot of little details that make the shot look a lot cooler than just a bottle on nothing. And of course, add all your motion graphics and everything in your music, and it's pretty cool. So that's a little Mountain Dew bottle slam. There you go. Mountain Dew. Fun stuff. Yep, in the left-hand side, we've got a bunch of robot shots going off. That was a Lay's commercial I phantom teched for. There's a lot of really cool shots in that one. I should probably break that one down sometime because there's so many motion control robot arm moves in that spot. The Mountain Dew one is really cool as well with the exploding watermelon backwards. And some of these shots are really fun, pulling through bottles with probe lenses and whatnot. That's really cool. Hey, what's up? Where there's no robot arms, can you do movements with a DJI gimbal? Hey, thanks for watching those breakdowns. I really appreciate it. Those are pretty fun. I've had some good comments on those because people really seem to like seeing all the pictures of the gear and whatnot. When there's no robot arms, can you do those movements with a gimbal? Yes, you can. It kind of depends on how fast you need it to go. A lot of times when we use robot arms, it's because we want to do slow motion, and those move incredibly fast. Like you can use a robot arm to move 3 meters a second when you're shooting 1,000 frames a second because you have to move that fast. Otherwise, the slow-mo shot doesn't look like it has motion. So if you're doing a DJI gimbal movement, you can do a motion control movement of something slower or like normal speed. But if you wanted to do really fast, like 1,000 frames a second, it's going to be pretty difficult and probably not work if you want a repeatable move. If you need to just have stabilization and move the camera really fast, it'll probably be able to give you some stable motion while you're doing a move. But if you want that move to be exactly the same and repeatable, DJI gimbal is not going to be able to go fast enough for 1,000 frames a second move that's repeatable over and over and still be able to see the movement. So hopefully that makes sense. You can use it if you just need something stable to try to, move your camera really quick. But if you want that robot 1,000 frames a second repeatable motion over and over, that gimbal probably won't be able to cut it for you because it just can't move that fast. You could try, tuning your gimbal to really whip pan super fast, but it's just probably not going to cut it because those robot arms move so fast. They're pretty insane. They're pretty scary actually, but they're really cool at the same time. So that's a kind of a yes and no question. It depends on the shot you're doing, but for super slow-mo, probably won't work. Do you have a specific shot that you're trying to do with a DJI gimbal? Is it really high speed slow mo stuff, or is it more of just a repeatable move? Because I have seen people use gimbals with remote controls. I'm not sure which gimbal you're talking about, but you can pair them to Xbox controllers and you can do like a repeatable move, like program it in and then repeat the move. And that's pretty cool. It's kind of like having a miniature robot arm, except it's just a gimbal. So you also don't have quite as many axes, but still you can do a lot of really cool stuff with a DJI gimbal. Any gimbal, actually. So for the new people that popped on, if you haven't seen this specific shot yet, I was breaking down just a quick little Mountain Dew shot. This is what it looks like. And these are the little BTS shots for it. So this one was a super fun little social media spot on the tail end of a commercial shoot. Sometimes we schedule in extra days or a half of a day at the end of the shoot if we get everything on the shot list to try to just get some more shots that they had like on a wish list if they want to do some social media stuff, try to get, you know, more bang for their buck. And this one is literally slamming bottles down into mounds of ice. And behind the bottles, you'll see there's a dude here. You can see it better in this angle. I mean, this angle right here. There's this dude, and he's literally spraying water onto this shield that then sprays up at the back of the bottle, which gives it, you know, all this mist. So it's like a combo. You get the ice smashing, and then you get the spritz behind it. And so you can see from the other angles too, there's the big like spritz cloud. And that's what it looks like in the actual shot. You have all this crazy spritziness and obviously the ice shooting up from when you slam the bottle down. You can't really see it very well from here, but there's actually underneath the ice, there's a little platform. So when you slam the bottle in, it kind of stops the bottle at a certain point so it doesn't really sink into the ice too far and then you lose the logo. But that's another fun little feature that you can't really tell when you're in the main shot. The bottles only go down so far because you obviously don't want to lose Mountain Dew underneath the ice. You then have to shoot it again. Benedict, for sure. Thanks for watching all the breakdown stuff. I really appreciate it. Thanks for dropping a comment and tuning into the live. I hope that helped. Anytime you got a question about the gimbals, let me know. I wish that some of the gimbals could go as fast as robots, but unfortunately the robots are just super fast. But if you haven't seen some of the new cameras coming out, maybe I'll do a FreeFly camera commercial. Not a commercial, but like a breakdown. The new camera, the Ember, is pretty sick. The old one, the Wave, wasn't very good at all. But the Ember is actually really, really good. And it's making its rounds. I've got a lot of friends who are shooting with it. And everybody is super pumped on the camera. So it's probably the only camera I've ever seen so far that is close to a Phantom in quality. Because Phantom has been pretty much ruling the slow-mo world for commercials for a long time. On this little BTS, this is really cool, by the way. Can't see it. This guy right here, this is a light bridge reflector, so that's pretty cool. We're actually shooting light from different ways into this reflector to give us some more kick on the bottle. You can see it when I move that play bar away. It's like hiding underneath it, but that's a really cool. We reflect light a lot too. Well, we've got some good fixtures here. These are actually my favorite fixtures to shoot with. They're Nanlux. You can't see them too well in these BTS shots, but you see the Fresnels behind this dude. And those are super bright. Nanlux 1200 Bs typically and 2400 Bs. So those are like 5 and 10K equivalents or even brighter than that actually. They're so nice because they're not anywhere near as hot as a tungsten fixture. Tungsten fixtures are brutal. Very bright. yeah, there you go. There's some fun projects there to break down. Anybody got any more questions on the little Mountain Dew BTS guy? That was a fun one. The powder shoot was really cool. There's some good powder cannon BTS that I could pull out of that one. That was actually a pretty crazy shoot because you really had to, if I go back just a little bit here, let's see. Oh, where's a good spot? Let me fast forward to this one. Here we go. This Weiler's powder shoot. Once it updates here on the live stream, there we did these cannons that explode the powder from both sides, and we literally only had one shot because the whole wardrobe was white. So that was kind of crazy because it's just pretty stressful, I guess you would say. Like a lot of everybody freaking out because hair and makeup and wardrobe, and everybody had to dress everybody and clean them up and look perfectly all white clothes, all white products, all white set. And then we blasted them with this holy powder, which is super staining colored powder. So we literally got one try for every person, but it ended up looking really nice in the slow-mo. You get to see a whole lot of slow-mo destruction, and then all of a sudden they're just colored in powder, which was a pretty big reset time. But that was a really fun project, and I'll break that one down. Maybe I'll even do it next week. It was really cool. What was the question here? Sarah Faith had a question. How long do those shoots take for brands like Mountain Dew? Oh, that's a great question. So every shoot's completely different, but typically brands are wanting to shoot in a single day. Budgets tighten up all the time with commercial shoots, even on high-speed specialty sets. But a lot of times, this specific Mountain Dew shot here that I have up in the corner, I mean, that was only about, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours of the day at most. And they ended up using, I think they made at least, I've seen 2 or 3 different ads out of it that they've done with post. But we usually shoot in one day, sometimes 2 if we're lucky. If it's a bigger budget thing, we'll have prep days, we'll have research days, we'll have testing days for like robot moves. But a lot of times brands are not wanting to spend the money to do that, especially now. So there are 1 day, single day, no prep shoots, which is pretty crazy. They want to get like 50, 60 shots in a day. Depends on the complexity of the shots, but it's usually like a 24-hour thing, and it's a lot. It's a lot to get done in one day. This shoot here with the Mountain Dew was on the tail end of another shoot. I think it was a censored shoot, or it was Mountain Dew Kickstart, which is like an energy drink. And we did probably 30 shots that day. And this is like, there's 4. I think we did another version, another flavor. A lot of times we'll do the same shot and then rip through all the different flavor profiles, or just the flavors themselves. We'll do Code Red, then we'll do Diet, then we'll do Major Melon Diet, regular Mountain Dew, and then Mountain Dew Diet, all that kind of stuff. So that way they can use whatever they want and make, 10 different ads for everything all at once. But yeah, that was a great question, Sarah. Thanks for that. Appreciate the question. And yeah, really cool. So that was it. I was just jumping on real quick just to say hey and do some tests on the stream. I'm going to do a lot more streaming. I might do this as once a week kind of thing, trying to figure out. I'll do a poll on my YouTube and see who's interested at what time of day for the audience. And, we'll pick something consistent and break down specific shots, and you guys can request certain shoots if you want, and then I'll break those down, and it'll be great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Peace.